This is Micornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. This is just an advice to pastors today. We want to deal with some tips to run successful conferences. Tips to run successful conferences. And I know majority of the people are just coming back from conferences. They've had a wonderful time and so on. Maybe this is the right time to actually just do a checklist and for you to look at it and say, did I run a successful conference this past weekend? Maybe, and maybe not. So I want just to give you some tips so that the next conferences, you will be able to run them a bit more properly. Now, the first thing that I want to speak about today, that if you want to run successful conference, you must confirm all your guest speakers in time. And I want to emphasize that because sometimes we don't confirm in time, we confirm them later. And sometimes we delay also in giving them a call for booking them. And after booking them once, I know that some of us don't call them ever again, because remember that there might be some things that crop up along the way while you've organized with your speaker and you didn't really confirm and follow them up. And you may find that they've got other commitments contrary to what you have. And they may even forget that they've been invited by you. So therefore, it is very important that if you want to run a successful conference, you confirm all your guest speakers early. So what you do is you basically speak to them in advance as you speak about invitation. And thereafter, you keep following them up. You keep also confirming them as well. And also, this is very important that when you confirm them, they are aware that they are confirmed. They don't need any other confirmation if you don't need to call them again. This is very important, and we emphasize in this because many times we find that people have invited guest speakers, and those guest speakers don't pitch up. And sometimes we judge those guest speakers and say, but we have invited them 3 months ago. But they are human. They might have forgotten. They are human. They might have cluttered their diaries with something else because they thought that you were just checking on their availability. And they are not even aware that you've invited them sometimes. So this is very important that we emphasize that be clear of your invitation and be clear also of the timelines of confirmation, because you may be somebody who doesn't actually do follow-ups. You might be somebody who doesn't actually do confirmations later. If you're somebody like that, so make it clear to the guest speaker that this is the last time that I called because I've actually confirmed you as I'm saying now. So this is very important so that they know that it is a confirmation already. Now, secondly, make sure your venue is paid for if renting. And also, if you're not renting, make sure that it is well prepared as well. If you're not renting, make sure that it is the bills have been paid. So the electricity, the water, so that we are running a successful conference that is not going to be cut off water and is being cut off electricity because payments were not made. It's not going to be finding locked doors there from the landlord because you might have not paid the rent. You don't want an embarrassment also that while you're running a conference, in the middle of a conference, then the landlord comes and lock the gates and lock the doors and because you didn't pay. This is very important. And I mean, it may sound funny, but it is very important that we make sure that all the bills are paid. And of course, that which you owe, landlords, are paid if it's a rental place. But also remember that you need to test all the equipments in time. Test them in time, all the equipment, so that you know that they're working. If they need repairs, they can be repaired while you're still in time. Don't wait until last moment and find that microphones are not working. Don't wait until last moment and to find that the speakers have been blown up. They need some tweeters. So it's very important that we speak about these things because sometimes we surprise ourselves on the day and we think that everything is working while things are not working anymore. So this is very important that we test our equipment well in time. We know that they are ready for the conference. We know that they are actually prepared for us to use them during the conference. And as I said, if we need to repair them, let's repair them in time. Let's make sure that we've got finances to repair them, get specialists to repair them, to make sure that we are sorted out. It could be that others are broken beyond repairs, that you may need to buy others before the conference comes, and let's have that in time so that you don't interrupt the conference while it is already on. we've seen this happening, and we've seen many get surprised when things are not working, but they didn't prepare well in advance. So as a pastor, please make sure that everything is prepared in time, everything is in line as well, is usable. All instruments are usable, and therefore all equipments are ready for the day of the conference. I would love to also mention that you need to make sure that all departments are prepared. Now, when we speak about all departments are prepared, we talk about the worship teams, we speak about ushering, we speak about all departments that are participating in a conference. All people that are catering, if they are cooking, catering people are ready. And also they've got all utensils and equipments that they need to have. And also the uniforms that they need to put on if they're having uniforms to put on. But also remember that also the readiness here, sometimes it will speak to your own members being available. Because some of the members are actually inconvenient, whereby in our own conference, they are absent. And therefore, it becomes problematic because we don't have enough ushers, we don't have enough musicians, we don't have enough caterers, and so on. While the conference has been in line, has been in the calendar for a very long time. So when we talk about readiness from the departments, I would advise you as a pastor to have meetings with your departmental leaders actually concurrently while you are towards the conference, so that you get ready with them and they can assure you that everything in their departments is okay. Because remember that some of the departments may need some little budget to buy some few things. So the readiness that we speak about is also ability to have enough of a little budget that you're supposed to be using in a specific department to buy some few things that you need to buy. And maybe water, you want to buy water as ushers, you want to buy also towels as ushers to use, and all those things, they need to be done. We're speaking about the caterers here, that they need to be sure that they've got enough budget as well to buy the groceries. And they've got people that are ready to go and buy the groceries as well. Are we having people that will be cooking? Yes. Are we having a venue where to cook? Yes. Are we having the pots and utensils? Yes. So all that readiness is very important all round in all the departments. If we are to run a very successful conference, we need to check base or touch base with all those departments to make sure that they're fully ready and they will be able to articulate or to run the conference in a successful manner. So I'm emphasizing that because it's very key. Keep time for all the services, please. Make sure that you keep time for all the services, and everybody, particularly those that are participating, particularly ushers, musicians, so arrive early so that you can test the instruments. You can make sure as ushers as well that the seats are in a proper manner, and people will be allocated seats based on your arrangement much earlier that you're prepared. So it's very key that you are there in time, because if you're not there, then you're going to disturb even you're going to disturb even the starting of the services, because the starting of the services are going to be disturbed by how early are you or how late you are. Very, very important, and I'm emphasizing that because you need to know that it's very important that you come in time every day. Now, lastly, finally, and at the end, I want to emphasize that you need to allow God to be at the center of your conference. You need to allow God to be at the center of your conference. I know many times we are actually taking this light. We don't pray in advance for our conferences. We don't make sure that we've prayed enough for our conferences. We've prayed enough for our speakers. We've prayed enough for our worshipers. We prayed enough for our ushers and everybody. So therefore, at the end of the day, the conference is not centered on God. There are conflicts, there are misunderstandings, and also the speakers are actually coming with their own line of teaching. They are not in line with what you wanted them to speak about, and they are not in line with the Spirit of God as well. We have seen conferences whereby they're being messed up by the speakers that came to bring their own agenda in the conference, and God is not the center of that conference anymore. We have seen churches that run conferences, but you sitting there in that conference, you say, but where is God in all this thing? Because they are just not putting God in the center from the beginning to the end. And I want you to be aware of that as a pastor, so that your church conference becomes a center whereby God is the center himself. And I want to end up here, your host, Micornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. I want to check out, but before I do that, I want to remind you of our Facebook page, Micornus Phokane, and Church Governance Solutions. So please like or follow those pages. Make sure that you click notification button as well. But remember, our YouTube channel as well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Micornus Phokane, and you find our YouTube channel under Young Men Empowerment Forum as well. So please subscribe to that and click notification button. Our younger viewers as well, we have seen them flocking our TikTok account as well. We have got a TikTok account whereby it's under Micornus Phokane. We are posting these materials right there. And you will never be the same as you follow us in all these platforms. And the good Lord will bless you as you continue doing that. Just remember, we are actually posting another teaching tomorrow. So please be in wait to look forward to that. And as I said, click notification buttons to our platforms. You will be reminded when we've posted a video of this kind. May the good Lord bless you and allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.